We can also think of healing as part of the Son's prophetic ministry. He healed people because he was the Christ who was filled with the Spirit like the healing prophets of old, which is very much a theme perhaps in Luke's Gospel. We also think of healing as a wonderful revelation of the Lord, a revelation of the Father's heart, Yahweh Rapha, the Lord who heals. And so he was healing the sick because he was and is the healing God in action. Here's the revelation of the Father, John's Gospel. Once again, we must hold these complementary perspectives together to understand the Son's ministry and his mission in its perfect fullness. When Jesus returned to the synagogue in Nazareth to introduce himself as the one who fulfills Isaiah chapter 61 and has been anointed by the Spirit and was now therefore ready to heal the brokenhearted and give new sight to the blind, we see that from this point on that the healing of Jesus is a major focus of the gospel writers, because it's a distinguishing feature, a major feature of his mission on earth. So many people say, well, you don't have to worry too much about Jesus' healing ministry. It's not that important. It wasn't. It's very important. It's central to his ministry. If you don't correctly state the Son's healing ministry, you misrepresent his unique mission to the world. So what was his healing mission? We see illustrations of it throughout all of the Gospels. Let's list these healings quickly. The nobleman's son at Capernaum, Jairus' daughter, the woman with the issue of blood, 2 blind men, the paralyzed man let down through the roof, a leper, the centurion's servant, Peter's mother-in-law, the widow of Nain's son, the resurrection of that son, the lame man at the pool of Bethesda, the man born blind, the man with the withered hand, the woman bent double, the man with dropsy, the 10 lepers, the deaf and dumb man, the blind man of Bethsaida, Lazarus, the blind men of Jericho, the high priest's servant. And these are the ones that are specifically mentioned. All these wonderful healing miracles. And we know there are many, many, many more that the gospel writers do not record. We have general statements, don't we, about the healing ministry. Let's have a look at Matthew 4, verse 23 to 25. Jesus went around all Galilee, teaching in their synagogues, preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing all kinds of sicknesses and all kinds of diseases among the people. Then his fame went throughout all Syria, and they brought to him all sick people who were afflicted with various diseases and torments, and those who were demon-possessed, epileptics, paralytics, and he healed them. Great multitudes followed him from Galilee and from Decapolis, Jerusalem, Judea, and beyond the Jordan. So with these kind of general statements on the healing of Jesus, we have so many examples there that aren't even mentioned. He's just saying they just healed everybody. Statements in the Gospels you find, he says they're all healed. Doesn't tell you what they healed of, but they're all kinds of diseases. How many were healed? They were all healed. What kind of diseases? Well, all kinds of diseases. And I've been on healing missions and ministries where God has blessed us with that anointing, where everybody's been healed in certain meetings and situations. Not like great crowds with everybody healed, you know, I don't want to exaggerate it, but in groups and places where everybody was healed. And you came back. I remember one night when everybody was healed. I think there's one exception to this. One young boy who was a deaf boy in a baby in the mother's arms, and I don't think that child was healed. I didn't see evidence of it. The child may have been healed later or may have been healed at that time, but I just didn't see evidence of it. I just sensed there was something blocking. There was something there that I just couldn't get a hold of. But that was possibly the one exception.